Unit number 4 is inventory planning and control. Inventory planning and control are the functions related to inventory management. It is the process of efficiently overseeing the constant flow of units into and out of an existing inventory. Inventory planning and control is the key of improving the inventory performances. Now, according to Chase, inventory is nothing but the stock of an item or resource used in any organization. An inventory system is the set of policies and control that monitor level of inventory and determine that level should be maintained, when stock should be replenished, and how large orders should be done. What is need of keeping inventory to stabilize the production, to meet the unexpected demand, to smoothing the seasonal demands, to prevent loss of orders, that is loss of sale, the inventory is needed. There are five types of inventory: seasonal inventory, decoupling inventory, cycling inventory, safety inventory, and pipeline inventory. We will see one by one. What is seasonal inventory? Seasonal inventory is the inventory in addition to the safety stock that used to support predictable variety or variability in demand due to repeatable period of season. Decoupling inventory manufacturing system typically involves a series of production and assembly workstations. Raw material passes through these stages before it is converted into finished goods. Cyclic inventory. This is the amount of inventory needed to satisfy the demand for the product in the period between purchase of the product. Pipeline inventory exists because material cannot be transported instantaneously between a point of supply and point of demand. Safety inventory is the inventory held in case of demand exceeds the expectation. It helps to offset the uncertainty of demand forecast. Now, there are three types of inventory cost. One is cost of ordering, then inventory carrying cost, and cost of inventory shortage. Now, next part is inventory planning. Inventory planning is the process of determining the optimal inventory and timing of inventory for aligning it with sales and production capacity. The purpose of inventory planning is to develop policies that will achieve an optimal investment in inventory. Basically, the following two questions: how much is to order and when to order. Now, there are types like dependent and dependent demand items and independent demand items. Dependent demand items are For dependent demand items, we first determine the relationship basically between the quantity needed and end of the product. From that, compute the quantities need to order, and the number of dependent demand items is computed based on the bill of material, which is purely computational process. Independent demand items that can be divided into two parts: continuous replenish stock and timing of replenishment. Now, next important part is inventory control. Now, what is the importance of inventory control? It protects the fluctuation in demand, it better services to the customers, continuity of production operations, it reduces the risk of loss, it minimizes the administrative workload, it protects fluctuations in output, and so on. Now, for inventory control, you have to ask two questions: when should an order to be placed, that is order level, and how much should be the order, that is much should be the order quantity. The objective of inventory control in materials management: operating objectives like availability of materials, then optimal level of inventories, control of production level, and promotion of manufacturing efficiencies. Then, according to finance part, for financial perspective, reasonable prices, minimizing the cost, optimal investment and efficient use of capital, and economic purchasing that can be achieved. Now, inventory can be classified into various parts. Like in any organization, there can be raw materials, components, maintenance equipments, in process inventories, finished goods, resale goods, or capital goods, construction materials, and hard goods or soft goods. These are various classification of inventories. Inventory control can be done by EOQ model or ABC analysis. There are various inventory control techniques like such as FSN analysis, that is in any particular inventory fast moving, slow moving and non moving items can be segregated. HML analysis, that is high cost, medium cost and low cost of the inventory item. Weight analysis means vital, that is essential and desirable items of the inventory that can be classified. GOLF analysis. G stands for government supplier, O stands for ordinary suppliers, L stands from local suppliers, and F stands for foreign suppliers. SOS means seasonal and off seasonal. Those items which can be, those inventory items that can be obtained seasonally are seasonal, and off seasonally are called off seasonal. Now, economic order quantity, that is numericals, but numericals cannot be asked in this examination. So there is a formula of EOQ. You can see that formula. You can solve examples, but example solving will not be there in examination. So I will not take that part. Next is last unit, that is supply chain management. It is very simple. Supply chain management is the management of upstream and downstream of the relationship with the suppliers, with the customers, to deliver superior customer value at less cost to the supply chain as a whole. According to Alfred Marshall, supply chain management is the control of supply chain as a process from supplier to manufacturer or to the wholesaler and to the retailer customer. So this is very typical diagram of suppliers. First, at the left hand side we can see supplier network. So raw material is supplied from the supplier network to the company. In between there is integrated enterprise, that is organization. There are various processes in the organization like procurement, that is purchasing, then manufacturing, that is production, and customer relationship management. Here the products are produced. Now end part, that is right hand side, is market distribution network. Here the chain of wholesalers and retailers are there. So with the help of these wholesalers and retailers, the final product is given to the consumers. So at the very right hand side, materials are raw materials are there, and at the very right hand side, consumers are there. So products are flowing in a forward direction, and back dotted arrow is there, that is reverse flow. Reverse flow is information. So information is coming from consumers and raw material is going to consumers. So there are three aspects or key issues in supply chain management. First issue is integrated management. In integrated management, again, there are issues like collaboration and enterprise extension. Collaboration among the supply chain partners is certainly a hot topic, but many supply chain managers remain unsure of what is the concept of collaboration really entails. To some companies, collaboration only means exchange of ideas and information among the partners, usually directed towards a specific opportunities or problem, where number or members of collaborating companies get together to share best practices, address concerns and generate the solutions. Enterprise extension can be for information sharing and for process specialization. Integrated service providers, the original origins of contemporary business, were grounded in functional specialization. It is not surprising that firms develop the practice of outsourcing work to businesses that are specialized in performance of specific functions. The two traditional logistics service providers are transportation and warehousing specialties. Now there are two aspects: responsive supply chain management. One second. Responsive supply chain management. So first of all, you have to response based supply chain management, that includes when you are not pushing the products to the ultimate consumers, but you are pulling the orders from the consumers. So first part will be pulling the orders from the customers, then manufacturer, then purchase the raw materials, then produce the products, and then deliver these products to ultimate customers. So that is the responsiveness in supply chain management. Now, what is cash to cash conversion? It is very simple concept. It is referred to the time required to convert raw materials or inventory purchases into sales revenues. Cash conversion is generally related to inventory turn. Higher the inventory turn, quicker is the cash conversion. So, because of cash to cash conversion, that means organizations are investing in raw materials, how quickly that investment they are turning into cash, that is cash to again cash conversion. So, prompt payment discounts, risk and benefit sharing, and managing inventory transfer velocity across the supply chain. Using these concepts, cash to cash conversion can be minimized. Cash spin, a popular term in describing the potential benefits of reducing assets across the supply chain, is cash spin. It is also referred as free cash spin. The concept is to reduce overall assets committed to the supply chain performance. Last is customer service. Customer service is a series of activities designed to enhance the level of customer satisfaction, that is, the feeling of the customers about a product or service that has met the customer expectations. What are various objectives of customer service? To improve the sales, to solve the customer complaints or problems, to maintain a desirable level of service quality, keeping performance high, data collection of customers' expectations. Now, what are various components of supply chain management and customer service relationship? It is timely available, service quality, reliability, perfect order, and customer satisfaction. These are various components of supply chain management. Now, what are supply chain innovations? There can be three type of innovations. Every time when there is an existing supply chain, then you can improve cost and you can improve the customer service. You can do the establishment of systematic chain of operations, and you can eliminate barricades between the customers and suppliers, so unwanted actions or unwanted functions that can be avoided. Customer satisfaction represents the customer's reaction to his or her perception to the value received as a result of a particular product or service. So, a good supply chain management will help in adding the customer satisfaction. It can deliver the products in the fastest way without errors. It can help companies to maintain optimal level of inventories. It can help customers to track the status of their orders. It can help the companies to reduce their spending on raw materials and inventories by controlling the stock. Now, which are various drivers of supply chain management? Logistical drivers includes various facilities, inventory, and transportation. So, keep inventory to the minimum, transportation should be optimum, and all facilities should be there. That is the logistical drivers. Cross functional drivers includes the information, the sourcing, and pricing. So this was about supply chain management. कोणाला काही डाउट्स आहेत का? Have you studied any supply chain management as such?